and your Hastings Hawks. Today the Hawks take on the Rochester Royals in some section action. Let's go through your starting lineups. First, for Rochester, leading off will be number 25, Nick Pearson, second base, batting second. There we go. Number 13, Hayden Brown, right field, batting third. 24, Sam Grunke, third base, batting fourth at catcher. 23, Logan Moline, batting fifth. The shortstop, Grady Babcock, batting sixth. Number 12, DH Drew Block, batting seventh. Number 3, Roman Lynch in left field, batting eighth. Number 2, center fielder Owen Kelly, and batting ninth, first baseman 27, Braden Kashade. On the mound will be 29, Casey Carlson.
Get as much first in there as we can, right?
And for your Hawks, leading off in center field, number 11, Corey Walters. Batting second, number 3, the DH, Jack Selesky. Batting third, number 36, left fielder, Max Kaplan. Batting fourth, number 10, the catcher, Johnny Tegland. Batting fifth, shortstop, 47, Dylan Larson. Batting sixth at third base, 20, Evan Quinn. Batting seventh at first base, 31, Taylor Pagel. Batting eighth, number 8, second baseman, Gavin Oddman. And batting ninth, right fielder, number 2, Cooper Pagel. On the mound, number 15, Kane Sheehan. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able. Remove your head word, direct your attention to center field for the playing of our national anthem. The video broadcast sorted out, so if you have friends and family that can't be here, send them on over to HastingsHawks.com and click on the broadcast tab, and that will take you right to directions on how to find the broadcast on YouTube. Otherwise, they can search directly Hastings Hawks Official for the live broadcast on YouTube. Single camera, but the best part is you can listen to Johnny make the call. Concessions is open, burgers, brats, hot dogs, all sorts of cool, refreshing beverages, including beer. Don't forget, we do have beer over there along with pop water, Gatorade. Walk by.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hastings Hawks baseball. We've got a section game this afternoon, lovely Sunday, as the Rochester Royals take the journey up 52 to take on the Hastings Hawks. Coming off a long one yesterday against the Prescott Pirates, the Hawks walked that off in 13 innings. If you missed that one, we'll see what we have today in store for you. Got Kane Sheehan on the mound, starting things off. New lefty, very promising. Hawks are excited about his prospects. pitched some last year with, oh boy, it was Warriors, Lions, Pub, so has pitched in the state tournament as well, has some experience with that. Left-handed, got some pretty good stuff. He's going to take on this Royals lineup to start with.
What's on your honor?
We'll go around the outfield for the Hawks. We've got in left field Max Kaplan, in center field Corey Walters, right field Cooper Pagel, around the infield third base Evan Krin, shortstop Dylan Larson, second base Gavin Oddman, and at first base Taylor Pagel over at first base. Johnny Teglin behind the plate tonight and forming the battery with Sheehan.
Leading off for the Royals, number 25, second baseman Nick Pearson.
Nick Pearson, second baseman, number 25, going to step into the right-handed batter's box to lead things off for the Hawks today. Sheehan from the wind. First pitch of the game is high and away, ball one. Man, the wrong pitch. Second pitch of the game is high and away, ball two. Hey, welcome to Hastings Hawks baseball. Rochester Royals in town. We're joining you in progress. Kane Sheehan on the hill taking on the Royals. Starting off with a 2-0 count to Nick Pearson, the second baseman. Now he puts one in for strike one. Two-one delivery is away, 3-1. We'll get the starting outfield alignment for the Hawks in just a minute here, and infield as well. That one is hit in the air to left center field. That is going to be down and run to the fence. So Walter's having some trouble picking it up, and the batter is going to go to third base on the play. Went right to the gap, to the warning track, and I think it was Corey Walters out in center field, tried to pick it up once and twice and just couldn't find the handle on it the first couple times. And Pearson is going to be on third base. It's at least a double. We'll see if we decide to score it triple on an error or if we just put a double on the board for that. So runner on third to start the game off, and the next pitch hits Hayden Brown in the shoulder. So off to a quick start are the Rochester Royals today. This is a section game. The Hawks haven't played down in Rochester yet. Kind of a quirk of the schedule. We've got 2 games against Rochester in about the next week here to wrap up the season. The Hawks are traveling down there, I think, either on Wednesday or Friday. Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday of next week. I'm not 100% sure. So Hawks in trouble early here. Sam Grounke is up to bat and takes a pitch away for ball one. That pitch from Sheehan shaves the outside corner. 1-1. That one is hit sharply over the shortstop and into left field. Another base hit for the Royals, and it's going to be 1-0 very quickly. Pearson comes around to score. RBI single for Grounke.
Now that number 23, the catcher, Logan Blaine.
So 1 run in, first and second, still searching for the first out of the game are Sheehan and the Hawks. From the stretch, Sheehan delivers down low, ball one. 1-0 delivery is inside, 2-0. Sheehan, of course, in that Prescott game yesterday, had the game-winning walk-off single up the middle in the 13th inning as the Hawks won a wild one over Prescott at the River Rumble. There's a pitch right at the knees, 2-1. That was a crazy one for those tuned in. Went about 3.5 hours. There was some talk in the broadcast booth about a broadcaster suspension, but that is being appealed at the moment, so there might be a one-game suspension coming up sometime later in the season. Both runners go. That is a chopper. It's going to roll foul up the first base line as Pagel waits for it to go foul. Both runners will have to retreat to their respective bases, and it'll be 2-2. That's true. It's a Sunday. We'll be a little bit more reserved on a Sunday since some of us have to go back to work tomorrow.
He's been sacked.
2-2 is down and away, 3-2.
He's playing along well.
So 2 runners on, 1 run already in. Full count to Mullane here. And that is up in the air to left field. Hooking foul, and that's going to get over the fence and out of play.
We do have a foul ball sponsor. That foul ball is $1, courtesy of the Michael Thorson Insurance Agency. Run, Dewey, go get it.
So the Royals have jumped on Sheehan early here. Still looking for his first out. Cleanup hitter Mullane. And that is popped up. Johnny Teglin shading his eyes. He is going to catch it in foul territory about 3 steps up the third baseline. And Sheehan has his first out of the game. Runners, of course, have to hold on that. So big first out for Kane. And that's going to bring up Grady Babcock, the shortstop.
Shortstop, number 4, Grady Babcock.
Runner goes. First pitch is way outside, and we'll get back to the backstop, and both runners will advance. They were already in motion, so that will be stolen bases for each runner. They were already in motion before the pitch got away from Johnny. Just high and away, like kind of into the left-handed batter's box to the right-handed batting Babcock. Johnny sprung up, but couldn't quite get a glove on that. So second and third now, 1 away. Royals already with 1, and that is going to be outside for a ball.
So I'll go down there for the boys, and maybe a couple of them will run collect for me. Otherwise, I'd rather. Actually, they should, because we have to do somebody else.
2-0 is Athens, strike 1.
They didn't seem to mind doing it before.
No, I mean, you never know with 13.
That's a foul tip at the plate, 2-2. Two is up and away, 3-2. Looks like our bug is still having some trouble getting that bug to update. We were working on it before the game, and we thought we had it. But I think we may have made one change too many, so we'll see if we can get that fixed for you. In any event, there is 1 out, 3-2 count, 1 in for Rochester here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was a high, it looks like the high fastball, and Kane Sheehan got Babcock to climb the ladder a little bit, get that big second out. So 2 down, and that's going to bring up, looks like Drew Block, number 12, DHing for the Royals.
Drew Block.
First pitch is down and away, 1-1. Just a little bit above the belt, 2-0. Close pitch did definitely over the plate, but a little bit high, looked like. 2-0 is peeled off to the left, strike one.
A long foul ball for the kids. $1, courtesy of Michael Thorsten. Bring those over to concessions.
Two outs here, top of the first. Royals have one in and two more in scoring position. Sheehan trying to work out of an early jam here. Nice pitch, just catches the knees over the inside corner. Would have been hard for the lefty block to do much of anything with that. Down and away, good block by Tegland. Keep the runners in place, full count. 27 pitches for Sheehan already, a lot of full counts, a lot of three-ball counts. He has gotten the last two batters after allowing the first three to reach. But they have worked his pitch count up early here. Payoff pitch coming, and that's going to be just foul up the first base line. Not by much. I think maybe wide of the first base bag by less than a foot, I would guess. So another full count coming. And that is hooking foul and going to be over the fence down the left field line.
I see someone already going for that walk from Michael Thorsen. It's a race.
Sheehan from the set delivers, woof, just outside, ball four, close pitch. So they're loaded up for Roman Lynch, number 3, left fielder. Base is now loaded, 2 outs. 1 run in for Rochester. Sheehan looking to escape it with just that. Swing and a miss, strike one. Long first inning for the Hawks in the field, and Lynch has now dropped his bat and is working his shoulder. I don't know if he tweaked something on that swing. Umpire's coming over to ask him if he's okay. His right shoulder, back shoulder he's holding. See if he's going to take another swing here and see if he's okay to go. He's going to step into the batter's box and give it another try. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Goes down with a little bit of an off speed there. Maybe Sheehan sees a injured opponent there, trying to give him something a little tricky there. So took a little something off and got Lynch to swing over the top of it. So ahead 0-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. So Sheehan managed to escape the jam with minimal damage after the first 3 batters reach. Royals get 1, but leave the bases loaded. We're through half an inning. Rochester 1, Hawks coming to bat.
for the Hawks. Number 11, Corey Walters.
Okay, bottom one. We'll continue messing around with the score bug on the bottom. It is accurate at the moment. Rochester leading 1-0 heading into the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Corey Walters starting things off for the Hawks. And takes one outside for a ball. Corey was here late yesterday, almost ended up pitching if the Hawks had gone to. There is a bunt. It's popped up. Third baseman bare hands it. Not going to be in time. It's going to get thrown away. And Walters is going to head down to second base. And he's going to third. Big turn at second. Gets the hold sign. So Walters, not the prettiest bunt you've ever seen. Popped it straight up, but put it in front of the third baseman. Tried to barehand it. Could not get it there. And, in fact, did sail it over the first baseman's head. So a single and an error, and the Hawks have a runner in scoring position to start the game. Very similar to what Rochester did in the top of the first inning. Now we got Jack Selesky with a chance to get an early RBI and square things for the Hawks. Sky is one to short right field. Going to be put away easily out there by, that is Hayden Brown. So Jack is down on a pitch, and that's going to bring up Max Kaplan out in left today. Haven't seen much of him in the outfield. Hawks, uncharacteristic of recent years, they've been short on infielders most of the time. This year it seems like they've been a little bit short on outfielders recently. As that first pitch is fought off to the left, not a play. Couple of the normal outfielders not here today. Drossel, of course, has been playing a lot of center field, but he's doing some coaching of the VFW team in Woodbury, so he hasn't been around as much. DeSutter, this might be the second game of his 2-game suspension. I'm not entirely sure, as that is away, ball one. That is up in the air to center field, and holding is going to be put away. Walters is taken off for third, and he's going to be in there. So Kaplan flies out. That'll leave it to Johnny Teglin with 2 outs.
Number 10, Johnny Teglin.
Breaking ball misses high, ball one. This is Casey Carlson on the hill for the Royals, if I haven't brought that up. Number 29, right-hander for Rochester. And there's a swing and a miss. Looked like a off-speed pitch. That one is hit sharply, but right at third base for the third out of the inning. So the Hawks get leadoff base runner, but cannot cash him in. We are through an inning. Rochester leads it 1-0. We'll be right back.
2, Owen Kelly.
Top 2, Owen Kelly going to lead things off for the Royals. 1-0 lead after an inning. And Kane Sheen will step in for a lefty-lefty matchup, hoping for a cleaner inning than he had in the first. That first pitch is fouled down the first baseline. Down and away, 1-1. That one misses low, 2-1. There's a little, actually that's fouled off of the batter's foot and rolls up the first baseline. Strike 2. So Kelly will take a moment, step out, and get himself resituated after fouling it off of, I don't know if that was his ankle, shin, or the kind of outside of his foot there. The ball pretty much rolled straight up the first baseline. I thought it was a little ground ball nubber at first. 2-2 misses outside, full count. Payoff pitch from Sheen is way down and away, and ball 4. And a leadoff walk to start the second inning. It's going to bring up Cutshade, the first baseman, number 9 hitter.
Batting 27, Braden Cutshade.
Third walk of the game so far for Sheehan. It's a little wild early. See if he can settle in here. This will be his second time through the lineup. Or actually, this is the number 9 hitter. Is swinging a miss, strike 1. So not quite in his second time through the lineup yet. That's way outside, 1-1. That's right at the knees, 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Two and two, swing and a miss, strike 3. Came upstairs with that good fastball, a bit of movement on it again, and got Cutshade swinging. So 1 away. That'll turn it over to Pearson, who hit a hard double, came around to score the Royals run last inning. First pitch to him is fouled off to the right, out of play.
Now you got to get those $1 foul balls back to the dugouts quick because the umpire was out of balls. Not touching that anymore.
There's a bunt, pretty good one down the third baseline, and nobody is going to have a play on that one. Just landed one about 6 to 8 feet in the grass, and it just died up there. So Pearson pulls out a surprise bunt and reaches, and there'll be 2 aboard with 1 out for Hayden Brown. Third hit of the game for the Royals. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1. And swing and a miss at a pitch down low, 0-2. Oh, 2. Here's a high chopper to the right side. Pagel's got it, throws over to first. They will get the out there. That's really all they had an option for, just a high chopper to the right side. Good job by Pagel, making the only play he could make over to Sheehan covering. And there are 2 away. That's going to bring up Gronke. Both runners do move up, so 2 more in scoring position with 2 outs. That's a cross for a strike. Pitch number 50 for Sheehan still only has the 5 outs, so we'll have to improve that ratio pretty dramatically if he wants to stay in the game for too much longer here. That's high and away. Good stop by Tegelin coming up out of his crouch to get that and keep the runners in place. 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2.
Quick detour to concessions gets somebody $1 for that foul ball from Michael Person Insurance Agency.
1-2, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 delivery is popped up. Right side. It's going to be Sheehan calling off Tegelin and Pagel and putting it away himself. And that'll do it for the Royals in the top of the second. They get a couple base runners in scoring position but cannot score. We're through 1.5, a 1-0 Rochester. All right, bottom 2, it's going to be Dylan Larson leading things off for the Hawks, stepping in. Hawks wearing their new green unis with gold lettering. Definitely a little bit cooler for warm days we've been having. as that's 2-0 outside. Kind of more simplistic jersey, almost like a t-shirt style. That one is fouled off to the right, 2-1.
Somebody's pocket just got $1 heavier thanks to the
But talking to a couple guys earlier, definitely more comfortable than the golds on balmy afternoons like we've been having lately. And that one's down and away, 3-1 to Larson. Facing off against Casey Carlson, who had a 9-pitch first inning, so got through that rather quickly, and that's with a base runner in the mix as well. Takes one over the inside part of the plate here, does Larson, full count. And down and away, and Larson draws a walk to get the Hawks the leadoff base runner once again in the second.
Your next batter, third baseman, number 20, Evan Corinne.
Evan Corinne steps up, takes one on the outside corner, strike one. And that one, once again, shaves the outside part of the plate. 0-2, so Corinne down quickly. 0-2 is popped foul. That's going to get over the backstop.
Straight back behind us for that dollar from Michael Thorson Insurance Agency.
Rob, why are you wanting to do that job when you don't want to do any work?
That is a roller down to first. Steps on the bag, throws down to second, and it's thrown into left field. Larson's going to try for third, and he's going to be in there as the play from left field is in high. So scored a put out at first, 3 unassisted, and then an error on the first baseman, allowing Larson to take third base. So the Hawks do have a runner in scoring position now with only one out.
Now batting first baseman, number 31, Taylor Pagel.
So here's Taylor Pagel with a chance to knock in the Hawks' first run of the game. First pitch is popped foul, is going to get over the backstop and land literally right on top of me. I heard it thunk maybe about a foot away. Right on the roof.
Thanks, Michael Thorson, for covering our building.
That's up high, 1-1. Here's a breaking pitch, doesn't break quite enough. Pagel holds his swing, 2-1. This is Taylor Pagel, by the way, playing at first base. Cooper Pagel will be up in a couple of batters. That is fouled over the Royals' dugout, ricocheting off the equipment shed. Strike two.
Whoever grabs that $1 fall off concession is going to have a short trip. Thanks to Michael Thorson.
Sitting right by that picnic table right there. 2-2 is popped foul and over the press box yet again.
Pagel, you trying to make Michael Thorson go broke?
And that is dumped into left and down for a base hit. So Pagel, great battle, knocks in the first run of the game for the Hawks, and it's 1-1. Larson comes around to score.
Your next batter, second baseman, number 8, Gavin Oddman.
And here comes Gavin Oddman.
Well, yes, but I mean, if
And there's a roller to shortstop, over to second for one. Relay throw not in time. Oddman beats it down the line, so it's going to be 2 away. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 2, the other Pagel, Cooper Pagel, right fielder.
So here comes Cooper Pagel, one of the heroes of yesterday's game in the 13th. Hit that, reached out and stroked that double down the third baseline. Came around to score the winning run when Sheehan drove a single up the middle with the infield pulled in. Had a couple of hits yesterday. Takes a strike now, 1-1. Ryan Selesky with another request for trivia. We'll see what we can do. As that one is off the pitcher's glove, but the second baseman controls it, flips it to short, and that'll do it for the Hawks in the bottom of the second inning. They do get a run to level the score, though. We're through 2 complete, 1-1. We'll be right back. All right. We have a substitution, number 33, into the game for number 3, Lynch, who was injured during that swing last inning. It's going to start off with Mullane batting, the catcher. Sorry, the score bug was giving us some trouble again, so we'll try to update you with the scores. Apologize. Which announcer is currently appealing suspension? Yeah, that'd be right here over in the floral print. Strike one, down and away, 1-1. High and tight, 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. And that is just high, ball 4. So Mullane draws a walk to start the third inning.
Number 4, Grady, Babcock.
So Kane continues to struggle a little bit with control. That is his 4th walk through 2+ innings, already up to 58 pitches. And it's going to be Babcock who strikeout victim in the first. Swings and misses at this one, strike 1. And fouled straight back, 0-2. And just misses low, 1-2. And just getting a piece of it to stay alive. Babcock just gets a little tip at the plate. Count holds 1-2. 1-1 ball game, top of the third. Still nobody out. And couldn't have missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Kane. That'll bring up Block. Drew Block. High chopper up the middle. Larson's got it, steps on the bag, throws over to Pagel, and double play. Pitcher's best friend ends the inning. Good play by Larson at shortstop. Kind of his momentum took him across the second base bag a little bit, snared it, stepped back on the bag, and then a strong throw over to Pagel at first to complete the double play. So 6-3 double play gets Sheehan out of the inning. We're through 2.5, a 1-1.
Now batting number 11, Corey Walters.
Okay. Top 3, Corey Walters leading things off. First pitch to Corey is up high for a ball. Walters had a bunt single to lead off the game. Reached second on an error, got as far as third eventually, but unable to score. Hawks unable to get him in as a strike across, 1-1. Carlson starting his third inning of work, tosses one outside, 2-1. Got a little mini baseball trivia for you today. 2 Hall of Famers making their debuts in very different eras on July 19th. One of them, Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn in 1982, and the other one, 17-year-old Bob Feller, Rapid Robert for the Cleveland Indians at the time. an all-time great player, is strike 3 called. Also served his time in World War II, I believe. Bob Feller was one of the guys that was over there. I believe he was a fighter pilot. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up, just doing that one from memory. But definitely involved in the Second World War. So Corey down on strikes, and that's going to bring up Jack Selesky, one away. There is to the shortstop's left side. Nice throw across for the second out. Shortstop, that was, I believe that is Babcock over there, had to range to his right, went to one, slid on one knee to make the play and got up and made a strong throw across to get Jack, 2 away. Pretty sharply hit grounder, nicely fielded by the Royals. So 2 quick outs, and here is Max Kaplan. Flew out in the first inning. Takes a pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. And down and away, 1-1. Up in the air to short center field. Charging in is the center fielder, Kelly, and he will have time to make the play. And the Hawks go quietly in the third, 1-2-3. 3 complete, 1-1 ball game. We'll be right back. Okay, top 4. Kane Sheehan back out to face 7, 8, 9 in the Royals lineup. New batter in for Lynch, who kind of pulled something swinging. It's number 33. I'll have to work on getting his name for you in a minute as he takes a ball high. Brady Buckman, according to Bruce. Thank you. And swing and a miss, strike 1. And a ball low, 2-1. Okay, pop fly to shortstop and put away for out number 1.
Oh, he's on
Owen Kelly, the 8-hitter, number 2 now coming up to the plate, 1 away.
But he said it was like Brad Pfeffer or Pfeiffer or something like that. So it makes you think that it got close, right?
First pitch is in tight. Kelly moves back away from it. Ball 1. And there's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Down and away, 2-1. We're in the top of the 4th, 1 away here. And there's a good pitch on the outside corner, 2-2. Sheehan started off a little bit wild and had a couple of well-hit balls against him, but has really been settling in a little bit as this game has gone along here. There's a swing and a miss and an off-speed, strike 3, 2 away. So really settling in as Kane. Now we'll face Cutshade, the first baseman, number 27. A swing and a miss at a outside fastball, strike 1. Also, this day in history, 116 years ago, 1910, a pitcher by the name of Denton True Young won his 500th game in the big leagues, better known by his nickname Cyclone, of course, playing for the Cleveland Naps at the time. Ended up with, I believe, 511 wins. I don't think anyone's going to get anywhere near that anytime soon. 1-1 is down low, 2-1. Just misses inside, 3-1. Close looking pitch. One is outside, ball 4. So 2-out walk. That'll turn over the lineup to Pearson. Pearson has had a about 340-foot double that one hopped the center field fence and about a 5-foot single on a bunt. So 2 for 2 for him so far. Up and away, ball 1. Only 3 hits for the Royals still so far. I had to double check my notes to make sure that was right. But indeed it is. Coming on pitch number 80 for Sheehan. A lot of that has been just deep counts everywhere, and I believe 4 walks, so that's inside, 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Three and 0 is right across, 3-1. Cut and a miss, 3-2. So full count, 2 outs here, top of the 4th. Runner on first will be going. Payoff pitch is chopped up to shortstop. Throw across. Pagel has it, and that will do it for the Royals in the top of the first. Good job by Larson. Fielded the ball right near the bag. Kind of took a wicked hop on him. It was with the runner going too late to make a play at second, but makes a good throw across to Pagel to end the inning. We are through 3.5, 1-1 ball game. We'll be right back.
Rochester manager, whatever name you gave Sean for 33 did not match anything on my list, so it was miscommunicated to me. Can you come up and clarify who that is, please? Batting number 10, Johnny Teglin.
Okay, first pitch to Johnny Teglin is in there for a strike. 0-1. And high and tight, ball one. All right, we've got a poll question in the chat from Ryan Selesky. Question, who would win in a fight, Bruce or Derek? Follow up, which one is more handsome? So if you have any thoughts on that, please put them in the chat. 2-1 to Johnny Teglin. Breaking ball just misses high. 3-1. And that one is in at the knees, full count. Payoff pitch. Teglin just a little half swing, nubs off his bat and towards the Royals dugout. Get another 3-2 pitch. And Teglin holds his swing, and he will have a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the fourth inning.
Now batting number 47, Dylan Larson.
So 47, Dylan Larson now with a runner on first base. Up high, ball one. That's popped foul over the backstop. 1-1. Derek is very spry, no question about that, as we follow along with the chat today. And that one is off the pitcher's shin and into right field. Johnny Teglin is heading to third base, and he's going to be in there. So Larson shoots like a hard shot right off the pitcher's shin. Like almost thought it was going to ricochet and hit Teglin, but he kind of skipped right over it on his way to second and just kept going as that ball caromed into short right field. So a little bit of baseball luck for the Hawks. Looks like Carlson is okay and going to continue, but so base hit has the Hawks with runners on the corners and nobody out. Evan Kryn stepping in, chance to take their first lead of the ball game here. As strike at the knees to Ev. Grounded out to first base to back in the second inning. 0 for 1 for Evan. Way outside, 1-1. And that's down and away, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. No, Ryan Selesky's just trying to get a debate going about which one of you two is more handsome. He'd like my thoughts on the matter. We'll see, maybe between innings we can weigh in on that. 2-2, runner goes up in the air to left field, hit pretty well, and over the head of the left fielder. One run is going to score. Kryn into second base, rounding third, and coming in to score is going to be Larson, and the Hawks jump out to a 3-1 lead. We get Evan with a little flappy Hawk celebration at second base. Well hit ball, left fielder chasing it back, reaching up for it. Larson having to hold at first base, still managed to come all the way around to score the second run. So 2-run double for Ev. And the Hawks are in business here in the bottom of the fourth inning, taking their first lead of the ball game. Here comes Pagel, Taylor Pagel, that should be. 1 for 1 with an RBI single, driving in the first run of the game for the Hawks. And there's a strike at the knees, 1-1. And that one is a little looping liner right at shortstop. Evan dives back to the bag to avoid being doubled off. Good alertness out there. It's kind of a soft, medium soft liner right at number 4. That is Babcock out there at short.
Number 8, Gavin Oddman.
So one away, here's Oddman. Takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1.
Here's a bold question. Is Denny still in the tournament?
And another strike right about the same spot, 0-2. So Carlson working ahead of Gav. And tries the same spot, just goes a little bit farther outside, and ball 1. That is fouled down the first base line. Was going to roll into the parking lot probably.
Someone's going to work for that one from Michael Person Insurance Agency.
And cut and miss, strike 3. Oddman is retired, and that'll bring up Cooper Pagel with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Still a runner in scoring position. 2 runs in for the Hawks already here in the bottom of the fourth. Looking for more. And that is right up the middle for another base hit. Rounding third is Kryn. He is heading for home. And Cooper Pagel stays hot at the plate with an RBI single. And the Hawks jump out to a 4-1 lead. Evan comes around to score. So big inning for the Hawks here in the fourth, putting up a 3 spot. That's going to turn it back over to Corey Walters.
Now batting center fielder, number 11, Corey Walters.
Runner goes, tapped foul at the plate by Corey. Might have just knocked it, hit it straight down into the batter's box, I do believe. And strike over the outside corner, 0-2. And that one is into right field, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Pagel rounding second. He's heading into third. Ball is cut by the shortstop, and Hawks will have him at the corners with 2 outs. So 2-out rally continues with Jack Selesky coming up to the plate with a chance to do some damage. And that's going to hit Jack right on the hip, and they're going to load him up for Max Kaplan.
Batting 36, Max Kaplan.
So here's Cap with a chance to put a big inning on the sheet for the Hawks. The 9th man to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. There's a cut and a miss, strike 1. We can do our usual argument about whether the Hawks have batted around yet or not. And that is foul to the plate, strike 2. Brad Pfeffer is in left field for the Royals now. Thank you to...
He's 19 on the printed sheet.
19 on the printed sheet, okay. So we had a little bit of figuring to do with an injury in the Rochester lineup. Unexpected guy going in, and that one is going to be inside to Cap. 1-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th. Hawks with 3 in, looking for more. And that is skied into short left field. This could be trouble, and it's going to be. That's going to score 2. And holding at first base is going to be Kaplan. Just a little bloop single brings home 2 more, and the Hawks have put up a 5 spot here, lead at 6-1. Selesky to third, Cooper, Pagel, and Walters both around to score easily on the play, as of course they're running on contact with 2 outs. So here comes Johnny Tegelin, started off this inning by walking and coming around to score. Hawks have officially batted around by any count at this point. And that one misses down and away. Ball 2. Chopped foul with the plate, 2-1. Down and in, 3-1. And up high, ball 4, and that's going to load them up again. So here comes Dylan Larson, 11th man to bat this inning. Still no, here we're going to get the catcher coming out to have a visit with Carlson. Long trip up from Rochester on a Sunday, so you never know with some of these section games who these teams are bringing along with them. Hawks are going to be facing a similar conundrum as they travel to Owatonna and Rochester, which I believe will finish out the regular season for them if I'm not mistaken, unless there is another warm-up game added at some point. So big game here for the Hawks in terms of seeding to try to secure that home playoff game. They probably will have to play in, because I think on the sheet we saw that bottom 6 have to in section will have to have a play-in game before we get to the double elimination 8-team portion of it or whatever. We kind of took a look at this last week. Check our socials for more updates on that as it kind of becomes more finalized. So first pitch to Larson is in for a strike. First game of the playoffs would be August 1st. And like I say, the Hawks potentially could have a home game that evening. And that's down and away, 1-1. That is chopped to third base. Third baseman will flag it down and step on the base himself, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Hawks put up 5 in the bottom of the 4th to take a 6-1 lead. And by the way, to answer Ryan's question, I would say Bruce more boyish, good looks, but Derek Simon more ruggedly handsome. All right, we'll be back for the 5th inning in just a minute. All right, back at you for the top of the 5th inning. Kane Sheehan in to face 2-3-4 for the Royals. First batter will be Hayden Brown. Takes ball 1 outside. It's a lefty Brown. Walked and bounced out in 2 trips. 0 for 1. That one is out to left field. And I believe that's Pagel out there in left, correct? That puts it away for out number 1. No, Pagel's in right. That's Max Kaplan out there in left, excuse me. Pagel in right, Max Kaplan in left. Puts that away for out number 1. So Gronke with one away. Skies one to left. Kaplan has it measured. 2 quick outs in the top of the 5th inning. Sheehan has settled in nicely after first couple innings where he scuffled a little bit, had a bunch of runners in scoring position, gave up the only run of the game, and really has settled in nicely. Had 30 pitches in the first inning and about 55 through 2, now at 87, so has really sped up that. I believe I said he had 50 pitches for his first 5 outs. Really been cruising since then as a strike over the outside corner. And down and away, 1-1. Popped up. Larson right near the second base bag, puts it away, and a quick inning for Kane Sheehan. Puts the 2, 3, 4 hitters down in rapid succession for the Royals. We're through 4.5, 6-1 Hawks. We'll be right back. Okay, back at you for the bottom of the 5th. Starting off with Evan Kryn, who cracked that big 2-run double to get the Hawks going in that big 5-run 4th inning. See if we can get the Hawks started off in the 5th as he takes a pitch up high for ball 1. That is popped foul and out of play. Strike 1.
Who's got that $1 from Michael Wilson Insurance Agency?
Larson is warming up.
That is fouled off to the right
You can grab that one on your way
and out of play.
and double it up. Thank you.
Dylan Larson, we are informed, is warming up in the Hawks bullpen. Kane now through 5 innings, up to 90 pitches. That one is popped into right field by Evan. That'll be put away for the first out.
Your next batter, number 31, first baseman, Taylor Pagel.
Here comes Taylor Pagel, RBI single and a liner to shortstop, 1 for 2. First pitch is up high for a ball, 1-0. And breaking ball drops in for a strike, 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. And that one catches the outside part of the plate. Full count. One out here, bottom of the fifth. Hawks with a 6-run lead after a big 5-run fifth. Got him out in front. Heading into the middle innings with a lead here. Up in the air to left field. Left fielder charges in a few steps and puts it away for out number 2. So here's Gavin Oddman, 0 for 2, fielder's choice and a strikeout. Looking for his first hit against Carlson. 7 hits on the board for the Hawks. And first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 90 pitches for both pitchers now. I believe I said earlier in the game that Sheehan only had 5 outs on 50 pitches, but he's gotten 10 more in his next 40, so really kind of batting down the hatches and done a good job getting the Hawks through 5. We'll see if they give him a chance to start the 6 or no. As we said, there is activity in the bullpen as that pitch is outside to Gav, 1-2. And strike called, strike 3, and the Hawks go in order in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're through 5, 6-1 Hawks. We'll be right back. Okay, top 6, Kane Sheehan will be starting things off in the 6th inning. I did get an update from Bruce on Kane's pitches by inning: 33 in the first, 20 in the second, 11 in the third, 20 in the fourth, and 6 in the fifth. So, yeah, good job getting those numbers down and getting through 5 and into the middle innings here, as he's going to face 5, 6, 7 in the Rochester order, and Babcock takes a pitch outside for ball 1. He has struck out twice against Kane so far. And that is rolled to shortstop, and that is going to get through Larson, and that's going to be an error. So first error of the game for the Hawks. And a runner aboard to lead off the inning. Yeah, just almost sounded like it might have been a broken bat, like a worm burner right on the ground, and just Larson got his glove down and managed to scoot right between him and into left center field. So leadoff runner aboard. A DH Block coming to the plate, takes a strike. And that is just a little flare, and it's going to be over Oddman into center field for a base hit. Oddman retreats, just can't quite get to it. Just a little looper lifted into the outfield. Just finding a little bit of space, and two quick base runners for the Royals here in the bottom of the 6th inning on two not particularly well hit balls, but just getting a little bit of luck and finding a little bit of space. So this is going to be Pfeffer, the substitute we were trying to figure out earlier, getting his second AB, popped out the first time, takes a strike here, 0-1. That's way outside. Johnny tries to spring out and get it, but it's going to get back to the backstop. Both runners are going to advance. So 1-1. Second and third now. Still nobody out in the top of the 6th. Hawks holding a 5-run lead. Rochester threatening. That's down and away, 2-1. And there's a cut and a miss, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So big strikeout for Kane, gets that first out of the 6th inning. Runners holding on second and third, and that's going to bring up Kelly, the center fielder who has walked and struck out. 8 and 9 batters for Kane here. This will be pitch number 100 for Sheehan. That one is lifted in the air to right field. Pagel's going to have to play it on a hop. Run is going to come in to score. So Kelly shoots one out to right field. RBI single. That's going to be an unearned run charge to Sheehan as Babcock reached on the air. So first and third, still one out, and the Royals pull it to within 6-2. That one is up in the air to right field. Pagel coming over, and he's going to have to play this one on a hop. Throw into second base. Good, tried to get the runner at second. Good job by Evan backing that up as it got away. So another single to right field, and another run is going to score, and it is 6-3 quickly. So 8 and 9 hitters coming through with a couple of singles to touch up Sheehan for 2 more runs here. One unearned. I believe that second one will still be it. I believe that second one will be an earned run. But first and second, still only one out. Tying run suddenly at the plate is that one's down and away, ball 1. Six hits on the board now for the Royals after those 2 in a row. Just dumping into right field and finding some grass out there. Outside, 2-0. Here's a cut and a miss, 2-1. This is Pearson, the leadoff hitter, single, double, and a ground out. Squaring to bunt, but pulling it back is Pearson. Pitch sails wide, 3-1. That is skied in the infield. Evan Crin under it, and big out for Sheehan there as he induces the pop out, 2 away.
Batting 13, Aiden Brown.
So that's going to bring up Brown, the right fielder. Walk, a ground out, and a fly out. So 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Sheehan looking for that third out to get out of the 6th here. Gave up a run to start the game and then had 4 clean innings before the Royals have touched him for 2 here, 1 unearned and 1 earned. Anything from this point on would be unearned as the inning started with a error over at shortstop to get things going. 2 outs now, just a little bit low, 2-0. Sheehan not happy about that. You can tell as he receives the ball on the mound. Wanted that pitch. And cut and a miss, 2-1. And that is fouled back at the plate, 2-2. Looked like Johnny was kind of getting ready to make a snap throw down to second base there as the runner on second had been dancing off, but the pitch fouled past him to the backstop. So 2-2 now to Brown. Runners go, pitch is down low. Actually, the runner at first stayed put, but runner at second takes third base on the play. So first and third now, full count to Brown. Payoff pitch is looped into left field, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Another run's going to come in to score, and it's 6-4. So stolen base pays off there. It was kind of dumped right in front of Kaplan, so it might have been tough to score from second on that play. But we're going to get a visit here from Sean Matson. Sheehan's up to 112 pitches. We'll see if that's it for him. They're going to try to get somebody else to get the last out of this 6th inning. It's going to be the number 3 hitter Greinke due up. So umpire is all the way out there. Sheehan is going to stand to face this next batter. So 2 outs. 8th man to bat this inning is Greinke. Started off with an error and single Not a ton of hard hit balls, just balls kind of like yesterday with Prescott. Just they're finding space in front of people and between people, so good bits of hitting by the Royals. Sheehan up to now to 112 pitches, trying to find this last out. And first pitch is down low for a ball to Greinke. And tapped foul at the plate, strike one, 1-1.
Good hustle, 5.
Popped foul and out of play, 1-2.
And they're off for that $1 from Michael Patterson Insurance Agency.
One and two outs here, top of the 6th inning. Just outside, 2-2. Hawks holding a 6-4 lead, 6-1 before this inning, but the Royals have managed to chip away with 3 here so far. And that one is up in the air to right field. Retreating is Pagel. He's got it. The inning is over. But the Royals do pick up 3 to take a good bite into the lead. We're through 5.5, 6-4. Hawks will be right back. All right, bottom 6, Cooper Pagel starting things off. Singled in a run and came around to score last time in that big 5-run inning for the Hawks. A little roller out to shortstop. Good play, good running, charging play, and throw over to first to get Pagel for the first out of the inning. Babcock making a nice play at shortstop over there and one away.
Number 11, Corey Walters.
So one quick out. Here's Walters. Walters tries to bunt, but it goes back to the backstop. Walters had a bunt single earlier in the game, and then another single in the 4th inning came around to score in that Again, part of that big 5-run fifth for the Hawks, the difference in the game at the moment. Although, as we said, the Royals chunked away at about half of that lead, actually more than half of that lead, cut it from 5 down to 2. Corey takes strike 2. And that's away, 1-2. And that's down low, 2-2. So good job by Corey, evening the count after being down a couple of strikes. Hit well out to left field. Well, that's hooking foul. Over the clamshell out there in left field, looked like. 2-2 is down and away, so Corey working it all the way back to 3-2. Good AB for him. Payoff pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 3. Good breaking pitch, just nabs the outside, and Corey knows it too, frustrated with himself. And there are 2 away.
Batting number 3, Jack Selesky.
Might have been a little bit of a backdoor cutter because it looked like it was coming inside and then just clipped over the outer part of the plate for strike 3. And Selesky lines the first pitch right at the second baseman, so another quick inning for Carlson after that big 5-run fourth for the Hawks. They go down quietly 2 frames in a row, and we'll head to the 7th. Hawks holding on to a 2-run lead. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back for the 7th. It is going to be Dylan Larson is going to be on the mound for the Hawks, and a couple of defensive changes. It's going to be Zach Simon going into Kane Sheehan's spot and playing at second base. At this time, we believe he will still be DH'd for. Oddman shifting from second over to shortstop, and Larson coming in from short to pitch, and we think that's it. So it's going to be Mulaney, I believe. Yep, Mulaney, I think, is going to lead things off.
Number 11, Aaron Terpstra.
Oh, Terpstra. So we're getting a pinch hitter here. Terpstra. Aaron Terpstra, thank you, Bruce, is hitting and fouls the first pitch back against Larson. And there's a strike, 0-1. There's a chopper to third. Kryn has it, throw across. And in time, good play by Evan. Good one-hop pick by Pagel, and there's one down. So final line for Kane Sheehan. 6 innings pitched at 117 pitches. 3 runs, 2 earned on 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. So after a rough start, really settled in nicely. Not quite a quality start, I believe, by that recommendation. So he did give up 4 runs instead of 3, but very close to that, like I say, after kind of a rough start. And then a couple of things beyond his control in that 6th inning, starting off with the error, kind of put him off on the back foot. But in any event, he does leave the game with the lead, and it's up to Larson to try to close it out. Gets strike 1 to the next batter, Babcock, but next pitch is inside, spins out of the way of that, 1-1. Fouls that one off, 1-2. So 1 out here, top of the 7th inning, 6-4 Hawks. Breaking ball drops in, strike 3. Babcock is gone. Froze him up with the breaking pitch there. So 2 away, Drew Block up next, designated hitter. Up high, ball 1. And just outside to the left-handed Block, ball 2. Popped foul over the backstop and out of play. 2-1. And Sean Madsen coming out with a batch more baseballs for the umpire. Michael Thorson Insurance has been doing a hefty trade and giving away foul balls today. Been a lot of them. 2-1 is popped foul and out of play again.
I think there's enough people in there right now, but thank you for offering. Trying to focus on the game right now. Can we talk about it after, please? Thank you.
2-2. Strike 3, outside corner. And Larson cuts through the Royals like a hot knife through butter in the top of the 7th inning. 2 strikeouts looking to end the frame. We're at the stretch. Hawks leading it by 2, 6-4. We'll be right back.
I know. Max Kaplan, you walked up so darn fast.
Bottom of the 7th, Max Kaplan going to start things off. And swing and a miss for strike one. Casey Carlson still going for the Royals into starting his 7th inning. He's over 100 pitches. That is Sky to center field. Wandering over a few steps and putting it away will be Royals center fielder Kelly, one down.
Now batting, number 10, the catcher, Johnny Teglin. Also re-entering at catcher, number 23, Logan Lane.
First pitch to Johnny Teglin is outside for ball one. Johnny lined out and a couple of walks, so 0 for 1 so far in 3 trips. Up high, popped up and looking for it as the first baseman, but he's not going to have room. Lands right on, right in front of the concessions concrete. Some youngster is going to have a short walk over for that. One and one is down and away, 2 and 1.
Never who's going to get it.
Two and 1 at Tegs is down and in, 3 and 1. And down low, and Johnny Teglin walks for the 3rd straight at bat.
Now batting number 47, Dylan Larson.
So here comes Dylan Larson. Walk and a single, couple of runs scored. Now in the pitching position, started off the game at shortstop. And pitches inside for ball one. We'll keep an eye on Johnny over at first base, still looking for that team stolen base lead. Stays put there as 2-0 is up high to Larson. Up over 110 for Carlson now. See if he's starting to tire a little bit as he left that last one up. And that one is right at the top of the zone, 2 and 1. That one is through the hole between short and third for a base hit. First hit in a while for the Hawks. It's going to be number 8, and Hawks have something going, first and second, with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting number 20, third baseman Evan Corinne.
And now we are going to have a visit to the mound, and this may be it for the pitcher Carlson, as they are bringing him another glove, and it looks like. He is walking off, but he may be heading to first base.
27 in the pitch from first.
New pitcher is going to be 27. Braden Cotshade is coming into pitch. So yes, 27 Cotshade coming into pitch. So Carlson gets through 6 1/3 innings pitched. Gives up 6 runs so far, 8 hits. Gonna be a right-handed batter moving in from first. And then a couple of switches around the field we'll get to as we go here.
Now in left field, number 20, Harmon Zylstra. Now at first base, formerly the DH, number 12, Drew Block. Now pitching is number 27, Braden Cachade. So they are dropping, the Royals are dropping the DH.
So DH is going to be dropped is the key kind of takeaway from that.
All it does when you do that on the home one is if it's over 100, it pulls up 100. Otherwise, it doesn't change it until you get the guess one clears out.
Now batting third baseman, number 20, Evan Corinne.
So here comes Kryn. 1 for 3 tonight with that big 2-run double, excuse me, to really get the Hawks rolling in that big 5-run inning. And that one is out to right field, but it's going to hang up and be put away for the second out. So Kryn slaps one to right, but gets a little bit too much air out of it. Hangs out there for out number 2. So here's Taylor Pagel. 1 for 3. Had a RBI single to drive in the Hawks' first run of the game back in the second inning, and has lined out and flown out since then. First and second, 2 outs. Ball is low, gets away. Both runners will advance as it gets just far enough away from the catcher. Thought they held up for a minute, but then it took an extra skip and both men moved up. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Pagel on the wild pitch. One 0 to Pagel is outside, 2-0. Down and away, 3-0. So Pagel, you would imagine, taking all the way here, 3-0. And it's going to be down and away, and he'll take the free pass. So after Kryn is retired on a pitch, Pagel draws a 4-pitch walk to load him up for Gavin Oddman. Oddman over at shortstop now. Chance for him to really increase that Hawks lead, get a couple more insurance runs, put it back to where it was before that 3 spot was put up by the Royals in the top of the 6th inning. That is inside to Gav, ball 1. Royals started off with a run in the top of the first. Hawks answered with a single in the bottom of the second, then got 5 in the bottom of the fourth to bring it to 6-1. Royals answered with 3 in the top of the 6th to bring it to 6-4, and that will bring us to where we're standing as Oddman starts off 2-0 against Cotshade. Again, nowhere to put him. Bases are full of Hawks. And down low, 3-0. Catcher is going to call timeout and go out to have a word with his pitcher here. In danger of walking in a run. Tegelin's our natural base stealers. Ryan Selesky comments. Absolutely. Just all-around athletes. I mean, how many 3-sport college players do we have on the Hawks? Not too many, right? Three and 0 to Gav. That pitch is in at the corner, right at the belt. 3-1. So catcher's conversation gets a strike in there. See what Oddman can do here. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. So that'll fill the count up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-run ball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that is fouled off to the right. Just misses hitting the light pole. That's an extra 50 points, you know, if you do that. Count will hold at 3-2. Another payoff pitch coming to Gav. And down and away, ball 4. Good take by Oddman, and he will get an RBI, and the Hawks will get an insurance run. Johnny Teglin didn't have to steal a base there, is able to trot home with the Hawks' 7th run. And here's Cooper Pagel, 1 for 3. 1 RBI already tonight, a chance to add a couple more. That one's down and away, 1-0. That is chopped foul up the third baseline. 1-1. Two outs, top of the 8th. 1-1 to Cooper Pagel is down and away, 2-2. Dylan Larson on third base, Taylor Pagel on second, Gavin Oddman on first. 2-1 to Cooper Pagel is down low, 3-1. And Kotshade has to come in with a strike here, in danger of walking in his 2nd straight runner and bringing it to the top of the order. 3-1 delivery, and it's up high, ball 4. So Cooper does get his 2nd RBI of the afternoon. Dylan Larson comes in to score, and the Hawks have ballooned the lead back up to 4, 8-4.
Your next batter, center fielder, number 11, Corey Walters.
Top of the order, Corey Walters. Couple of strikeouts and a couple of singles for Corey. And up high for a ball. Kotshade really struggling with control since he's come into the game. Walked in 2 runners after getting Evan Krenn for the 2nd out. Up high, ball 2. Actually walked 3 straight batters, 2 of them to drive in runs. One out to Corey. That catches the outside corner. 1-1. Corey nodding. At that point, 1-0 with bases loaded and this pitcher struggling with his control. You don't blame Corey for taking a close pitch there, but 1-1 now. We'll have to be ready for something in the zone. And that one catches the outside corner, 1-2. Or 2-2 as the scoreboard says. So thought it was 1-2. I could be mistaken. Half swing, he went, and the Hawks are done in the bottom of the 7th inning, They do get 2, though. Leave the bases loaded, but push 2 across on bases loaded walks. We head to the 8th. Hawks balloon the lead to 4, 8-4. We'll be right back. All right, Larson back out for the 8th inning after having a very quick and effective 7th. Will face the bottom of the order here. First pitch is in for a strike. We think this is, Brett Pfeffer, I believe, is who we decided this is, I think, unless they've changed it again. I don't think they have too many guys to make that many more changes, though. Second pitch, is down low, 1-1. That is going to be dumped into left field for a base hit, so going the other way for a hit is Buckman to lead off the 8th inning. Final line on Carlson, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 113 pitches, 69 strikes, 44 balls, 6 earned runs, and I believe it was like 7 hits allowed. Yeah, it was 7 hits allowed. He had all the hits. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks in 6 1/3. So that's going to bring up Kelly. Throw over to first base. Runner dives back. That is up in the air to center field. Corey Walter is under it. He hasn't. He has patrolled that spot plenty of times. Good read out there, and runs are down for out number 1. So here's Kache, the pitcher. First pitch to him bends over the inside part of the plate for a strike. Larson's having a little bit of trouble keeping his hat on. It keeps kind of flopping off of him. Does have some hair that I'm familiar with, kind of that big coif there. That hat having a little bit of trouble sitting on there. I feel your pain. As that ball gets away from Tegland, and runner will advance to second base. I feel like that's one Johnny will probably say he should have had, just kind of ticked away from him. 1-1. And swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Oof, just inside, 3-2. Payoff pitch is inside and is going to catch Kache in the back. So that is going to put runners on first and second now with 1 out, and turn it over the top of the lineup to Pearson. So here's Pearson, first and second, 1 down. Hawks leading by 4. Pitches down and away, ball 1. That is sharply up the middle, right at Corey Walters. Throw into Simon at second base. He's got it, and a double play. So sinking liner, runner started going. Corey comes in, makes the play, fires it to Zach Simon at second base. Good job keeping that foot on the bag, and that Rochester rally is extinguished with a single swing. We're through 7.5. Hawks hold on to the 8-4 lead. We'll be right back. All right. Bottom eighth, Jack O leading things off for the Hawks against, I believe it's still, no, it's number 11. Is that still Codshade? I think this is a different guy. This is Mulaney, I believe. This is Mulaney with ball 1. So definitely some more guys moving around for the Royals. I think everybody they have has probably gotten into the game at this point. As Jack fouls that off to the right, misses that light pole again, 1-1. Still waiting for a pinger. Get a couple, 3 of those a year. Usually off of that one or its corresponding light pole down the third baseline. That one is just golfed into right field. It's going to land for base. It took a funky hop out there, but right fielders managed to get it. It looked like it almost changed direction completely. Let's talk to some of those guys that work for the Parks Department, maybe about getting it rolled out there. I think I know somebody who works in the Park Department that we could talk to. We've got a pinch runner. Oh, Nick Horsch is coming in to get an appearance and pinch run for Jacko. And strike in to Max Kaplan. So Nick Horsch getting some cheers from the crowd. Got a good job, Richard, from the stands for his one pitch of pinch running duty today, and is back to coaching first as Cap takes the ball outside, 1-1. And it's inside, going to get away. Jacko charging towards second base, and he's going to be in there. So Hawks get another runner in scoring position. Up 4, but can never have too much insurance with the 9th inning coming up next. That is fouled off to the left. Strike 2. Two and two, swing and a miss. Good off speed, and got Cap chasing that. Max is retired, and here comes Johnny Tegland. Has lined out and walked 3 times, come around to score on 2 of them. That pitch gets away from the catcher, but not far enough as it nicked off his glove kind of a few feet up the walk-up path. Will be ball 1, but Jack not able to make a break for third. That's in at the knees. 1-1. 8-4 Hawks here, bottom of the 8th inning, looking for more. 1 out and a runner on second. Middle of their lineup up to bat. And there's a cut and a miss, 1-2. One-two to Johnny is inside corner. Strike 3 called. 2 away. So that's going to bring up Larson. Couple of hits, a walk, and has scored 3 times. So good game for Larson. See if he can add to the Hawks' lead, help his own cause, as he's going to, I assume, be out here to try to shut this, to close this one out in the top of the 9th inning. Only 24 pitches through 2 innings for him. Takes ball 1 down. There's a cut and a miss or an off speed, 1-1. Long looking for the sign. He's been moving pretty quickly, but Mulaney definitely methodical on the mound as he pumps one across the outside corner, 1-2. One, 2 off speed, just misses. Mulaney was walking off the mound, thought he had it, but just sails outside. I think that was a little bit of a sell job, as that was definitely a bit off the outside corner. Two and 2. And that is a slow roller to shortstop and fumbled, and Kaplan will reach. I'm sorry, not Kaplan. Larson will reach, excuse me. Selesky over to third at the play. Another error will be charged to the Rochester infield. Wouldn't have been an easy play coming in for it, but he has made more difficult plays than that over at short today, has Babcock. He's made a couple of nice plays, but a couple of, at least one error as well. I think he might have another one on him earlier. I can't remember. Actually, that might be his first. I think there was one in the first baseman, one in the outfield. Evan Krinn now, with runners on the corner and 2 outs, takes the pitch inside for a ball. Yeah, charging in for that ball, it just kind of bounced up on him and ate him up a little bit. Kept it in front of him, but plenty of time for Larson to get to first base. And that is down low, 2-0. Delivery. Runner goes from first. Ball is going to get away, so scoring easily, or not scoring, but getting to second easily, rather, is Larson. Selesky, no chance for him to go home to score because ball just did not get far enough away. It's going to be, it's 2-1. 2-1 now to Evan Krinn, as that pitch was called a strike, I believe. So 2 runners in scoring position for Ev, ahead in the count. Inside, 3-1. There is an open base for Krinn here, so let's see if Mulaney challenges him or decides to try to get him to chase something here. And up in the air to center field, it's going to hang up there and be put away, and the Hawks are done in the 8th. They get a couple of base runners in scoring position, but cannot cash in. We head to the top of the 9th. I believe it's going to be Dylan Larson in to try to close it down. Hawks with a 4-run lead, 8-4. We'll be right back. Top of the ninth, Hayden Brown leading things off for the Royals. It's going to be Dylan Larson in his third inning to try to finish this off. Hawks with a 4-run lead, 8-4. First pitch is down and away, ball one. And that is hit out to right field, hit pretty well, going back, and it's going to be over the fence for a ground rule double.
Well, it's not a home run, but someone can go get that ball and get $2 from Michael Thorson Insurance Agency.
So one hopping the wall is Brown. Both, let's see out there right now, it's Pagel and Corey over there to try to look at it. They weren't that far away, but just kind of bounced right in between them. Took a one hop right over the fence, right around that 380 sign. First pitch to Gronke is across for a strike. And breaking ball just hangs a little bit high, 1-1. That is over toward shortstop in the hole. Oddman throws across, is not going to be in time, but good play by Oddman getting to that ball in the hole and keeping the runner from moving up. It's going to be an infield single, so you're going to have runners on first and second with still nobody out here in the ninth inning. And it's going to be Terpstra batting again for the second time, believe. So first two batters get on. First pitch to Terpstra is up high for a ball. And down low, ball two. Hawks still leading by 4, just looking for outs here. They got 3 more to get. Royals do have their first 2 runners aboard here. Again, big props to Oddman keeping the runner at second base with that play in the hole. And that's across at the knees, 2-1. Almost got the play, almost got the out at first base, but kind of had to come all the way across his body and beaten down the line just by a step or two. That one is up in the air to right field, and it's going to one-hop Pagel and drop in for a base hit. Ball thrown into Tegelin at the plate, so 3 straight hits, and the Royals have loaded them up, and they've got the tying run all of a sudden at the plate in Babcock. Sean Matson going to come out and have a chat with Larson here. 3 straight, after 3 straight base hits. Umpire is going to brush off the plate, and when he's done with that, he's going to start the walk out there. Hawks are discussing their alignments here, and they're getting and start breaking it up as the umpire gets about halfway out there, as is tradition. Last time he was out there hanging out in the mound with them for a few seconds before they broke it up, but this time they break it up before he gets out there. So see what Larson can do here. Bases loaded. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Hawks trying to close this one out. Up 8-4. Right here, trading in out for a run would be absolutely great strategy, as a first pitch is across to Babcock for a strike. They would do that 3 straight times, trade a run for an out, and absolutely go home. And that's inside, and it catches him on the ribs, and that's going to be 1 run in. And there's going to be Tegland is arguing that he leaned, and Sean Matz is going to come out here and ask if he did lean into that ball a little bit. Not a very, I don't know. You're never going to be able to see anything.
I know. You're right.
Okay, so Babcock is hit by a pitch. 1 run is in. It's 8-5, and now the tying run is on base. Still nobody out, and it's going to be Block up to the plate. First 4 runners have reached in the 9th for the Hawks. Boy, we can never make this easy, can we? 4-run lead, and first 4 runners have reached. First pitch is popped up into short left field. Over his shoulder, Oddman has it, and there is 1 away. Throw is in. Good job by Johnny Tegland to block that. So big out there by Larson, as retreating is Oddman to pull that one in. And where those two insurance runs became a big advantage, because if they didn't have those, the Hawks may have had to be playing in, and that may have landed in the outfield and scored 2 runs. As it is, there's 1 away, and the first pitch is wide for ball 1 to, I believe this is Pfeffer, I think. Been a few changes. The lineup's been changed around a few times. That one is up in the air to and foul just down the third baseline, probably about 15, 20 feet behind the bag. Nobody's able to get over to it. Strike 1, 1-1. 1-1 is down low. 2-1. Two and 2 is just fouled down the first baseline. Hit pretty sharply, but just about 8 inches wide of the bag. 2-2. Two swing and a miss at a high fastball. Snap throw down to first. Game over. Double play to end the game. Strike him out, throw him out. Buckman strikes out on the high cheese. Johnny snaps it down to first on the runner who was leaning too far off the bag. And the Hawks are going to hold on for an 8-5 win. So big double play. A couple of defensive plays. Good DPs to end the 8th and 9th inning for the Hawks. Hawks hold on 8-5. Big section win for them to try to improve their standing and ensure that home game in the playoffs. Kane Sheehan gets his first win as a Hawk. Dylan Larson, I believe, will get his first save as a Hawk, getting 9 outs to close her down after Sheehan struggled a little bit early, but then really got into a groove, managed to get through 6 innings with 3 earned runs, give the Hawks a chance to win, and 5 big runs in the 4th inning as the Hawks batted 11th was the big offensive blow. That'll do it from here at Vets Park in Hastings. 8-5 win for the Hawks. This is the Hawks' last regular season game at home. So, hey, thanks for watching along, helping us experiment with our new YouTube broadcast. Hopefully it's going to improve even more as time goes by. We've got a couple of road games left to go. Long road trips, so TBD whether we're going to have broadcasts for those games, and we will definitely try to. We'll definitely try to get some broadcasting going now that Derek is done coaching everything with his younger boys for the season. We will see what we can do, and then for the playoffs, we will definitely try to have something on the YouTube channel for you. That's it here from Vets. Hawks win it 8-5. We will see you next time. Have a good Sunday, everyone.
Next time, see you. Bye.